I strongly believe in the idea of Christians owning property. The world is better off with Christians in positions of financial strength, and cash flowing property can do just that. My friend Steve has built a substantial real estate portfolio here in New Hampshire, and now he's teaching Christian brothers to do the same. Go to consultingbykyrios.com. He's got options where he coaches you through buying your first rental property or done-for-you options for busy people. Again, visit consultingbykyrios.com. The link is in the description. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, January 30th, year of our Lord 2025, and it's time for another video. I've been hard at work doing some videos for my business and other things for my business. It's just been going really great, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'm going to put it on my Twitter, but also on LinkedIn. If you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, go ahead and connect with me. I'd love to see what you're doing, where you're at, that kind of thing. And you never know, I might have a job opportunity for someone like you with an extremely base company. But in any case, I wanted to, I saw a post on X, and this video is sort of about that post, but it really is about another concept that I think is very important to talk about just in general, because it is something that a lot of people really just don't get. I don't think they want to get it. Oh yeah, some protein shake, you know what I mean? Got to get my protein. Here's the video. So this is from K-Dub. Now, unfortunately, this is behind the block. K-Dub has blocked me, but he, of course, still wants to talk about some of the stuff that I'm involved in, so he'll definitely do that. Definitely nothing fake or gay about that, but I want to watch this video that he posted here because I personally think it's absolutely hilarious. So it's posted by an account called iHypocrite, which posts a lot of funny things, and the context is, he says, women's Bible study, quote, Jesus loves you. Men's Bible study, and then it's this.
Fakeness and gayness of trash world, and how we need to recognize it and push back. Evangelicals are gay, and they've become spiritual homosexuals.
So it's not just about men having sex with other men.
No.
Gayness goes way beyond that.
Full circle, fake and gay. When we say gay, we say what we're saying is fruitlessness. Talking about how it's fake and gay.
The fakeness and the gayness, and the fakeness and the gayness of it.
Fake and gay. So that's some of the fakeness. But to talk about a little bit of the gayness, it's a fake world.
It's
good
not
stuff,
real.
Guys.
This is good stuff.
We're pretending, but also it's, as you said, it's a gay world. So, trash world, fake and gay.
A fake and gay world.
The fakeness and the gayness.
Accepted the fakeness and the gayness of this world so much.
One of the big themes that we're getting across in this episode is it's all fake, it's all gay. You live in a dystopian. It's here now. It's not something that might happen. It's here now. So we got to talk about what to do. Fakeness and gayness.
Oh man, I love it, man. That is a great supercut. I absolutely love it. I don't know how many times we said fake and gay there, but this is a supercut of a series that that Joel Andrisker and myself did, and it was so much fun. The series is actually excellent. I'd highly recommend watching it, because obviously we didn't just obviously we didn't just sit around calling things fake and gay, right? And we obviously weren't just, looking at each other, talking, saying fake and gay, fake and gay, fake and gay. It's like an hour-long episode, right? And we explained exactly what we mean by fake and gay, and all the repercussions and ramifications of it, and all that kind of stuff. And so but it's really funny. That's really funny. But Chris K-Dub, though, he's highly offended. He gets all butthurt when people call him gay and stuff like that. And, whatever. I mean, he doesn't like that. That's fine. I have no problem with that. You don't have to like when people call you gay. That's the whole point. And he posted and says, critical gay theory. Very insightful analysis of the video. Of course, this is just a supercut. I'm unclear whether or not Chris K-Dub understands that it's just a supercut. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I would like to think he does, but I've overestimated Chris many times in my life, so I'm not going to go out on a limb and say he definitely has watched the entire video where we explain everything. But in any case, he says critical gay theory. And then Dr. James White, he posts this. He says, "Sigh. I've been dealing with and debating advocates of homosexuality for 25 years. This kind of childishness does not help, just the opposite." That's what his contribution is. He's very exasperated. He's very upset. He's shocked, stunned, appalled, the whole 9 yards. And again, I'm not really sure if Dr. White knows this is just a supercut, and of course it's intended to be funny. It's intended to put all of the times we said fake and gay together to make it look like we just were looking at each other. And Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that's all we did? We just looked at each other and we're just like fake and gay. And the fake and gayness. Oh, this is gay and fake too, you know? Unsure if he knows the context of this. I'm sure he knows it's a supercut. But I don't know if he knows the context of it. I would assume he would, because Dr. White, surely, he's reprimanded me before over this, so I know he would never have made this comment had he not watched the complete video that wasn't just the supercut trying to make a funny joke. So that's what he says. He says that it's debates that really matter, and this is not helpful. That's what he says. And then, of course, Chris K-Dub agrees with him. It really doesn't. It's also changing the word gay to insult other Christians because you don't like what they are saying. Chris K-Dub with another high IQ take, as you can see. And then Kofi Adubawan, Kofi says, "What you talk about tells me what's most important to you, and these dudes make it easy to tell." I'm pretty sure that Kofi Adubadaban does not know this is just a supercut. He thinks this is the video. We put out a 54-second video of just saying fake and gay to each other. In any case, but I didn't really want to talk about the drama necessarily, but it's just this idea about debating, like scholarly, serious debating, and how that is almost viewed in some of our circles as like the pinnacle of engagement, the pinnacle of how you confront these dangerous ideas. And, you know, Dr. White does this a lot. He talks about his debates, which is great. I am pro-debate. If anyone lies to you and says A.D. Robles is not pro-debate, I'm not that pro-conference, to be honest. Like, I'm okay with conferences. I wouldn't call myself pro-conference, but I'm pro-debate. I like debates. In fact, I've watched many debates. In fact, I've watched many of Dr. White's debates, and I've always found them very enjoyable and informative, and I've learned a lot. So I'm pro-debate. But here's the thing. Debates have their place, but debates are not enough. And it's not even close to enough. It's nowhere near enough. Debates are cool. Debates are great. And I think, in my opinion, maybe you disagree, in my opinion, debates are necessary in their proper context. But debates are not enough. Debates are not enough. And this kind of thing, what we're doing in this supercut, right? Using gay and fake as an insult. This kind of thing is not only not childish, and not only does it not help, but it actually moves the needle quite a bit. This actually does help. It absolutely helps, especially in this context, talking about homosexuality. Absolutely, because here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, right? And this applies to things outside of being gay, outside of homosexuality. It applies to almost any topic, really. A lot of people that believe wacky, wild things, they actually don't believe them because they think they can defend them or they have any basis in rationality. That's not why they believe them. They believe them for other reasons, right? A lot of times there are emotional reasons. In fact, Dr. White, something I learned from Dr. White, and I've also experienced it myself, is that oftentimes when a Christian becomes pro-gay and say that, homosexuality, it's okay for the Bible. A lot of times what's happened there is someone close to them, maybe their son, maybe their daughter, maybe somebody, an aunt, an uncle, whatever, a friend, has just came out as gay. Oh, I'm gonna have sex with dudes now, right? And there's an emotional driver to why they've changed, and of course they want to paper that over with things that kind of have the appearance of rationality, right? But it's not. They didn't get convinced by arguments. They didn't get convinced to be pro-gay by arguments. What they got convinced by was, well, my son. I love my son. That kind of thing. And so it's not when they're believing something not because of rationality. You can debate them till you're blue in the face, and maybe some people will change. I'm not going to deny that happens. Of course, it does happen. But most of the time, they don't care that it's totally irrational, doesn't make any sense. They don't care that you can decimate them in an argument. It makes no difference to them because that's not why they believe it in the first place. And so in this situation, and this is something that I've seen Marcus talk about, and I think he's right about this, talking about how we got to bring back gay, Marcus Pittman. Now, we can call people gay now. Gay's an insult again, right? And honestly, that actually does move the needle a lot more, bringing that back as an insult because it is a debased lifestyle. It's an abomination. This is something that needs to be seen as that. And so debate doesn't necessarily move the needle that much with the common person, but viewing it as a shameful thing and hearing that again and again as if it should be a shameful thing because it is, that kind of thing. Oh, we're allowed to say that again? Yeah, I've always thought that that's really shameful. That kind of thing moves the needle quite a bit. So you might view that as childish, and I don't really care. You call me childish, that's fine. But actually, that kind of stuff moves the needle a lot, and it does definitively help. Dr. White's wrong about this. It helps. This actually helps. Now, here's the thing. Maybe it doesn't help your debates, but I'm not concerned with helping your debates. That's the thing. That's not the goal. The goal is to have a society where shameful behavior is viewed as shameful. And using gay as an insult, as a slur, as that kind of thing, that helps. That absolutely helps. Now, I want you to think for a second about how the Bible talks about shameful behaviors, right? Because this is something I saw somebody say in response to K-Dub here. Think about how the Bible, talks about shameful behaviors. And, I'm not, going to say that it never, has arguments about why things are bad and things like that. I'm not going to say that, but what you won't find in the Bible when we're talking about shameful situations is rational, debate, rational discussion. Debates are fine. I'm not saying they're unbiblical, right? But you don't find that kind of thing in the Bible. What you do find is shocking language about it. You do find colorful metaphors describing it. What you do find is what someone might call, I'm not calling it that because I'm not going to call God's word childish. But what you might find is things that someone might call childish insults, things like that. You might find things that, was it really necessary to say it that way? That you're like a prostitute, except you're not really a prostitute because you're like a prostitute who pays the guy kind of thing, like that kind of thing. You're going to find colorful metaphors, colorful language, intentionally insulting descriptors. You're going to find that kind of thing in the Bible a lot. So I'm not saying that every time somebody insults you or uses a slur, it's allowed. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is the Bible uses this kind of language, and so it's definitely not off the table for a Christian to use that kind of language. And that's the thing that we need to really understand. I think the whole point of this video, I think, is that so many Christians, so many of my Reformed teachers and brethren, they hold in high esteem like this very like prim and proper way of negotiating our problems in society, right? It's got to be proper. It's got to be, everything, all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, and it's got to be a certain kind of presentation and things like that with certain kinds of language and certain kinds of and this is the thing, guys, that you need to understand. I'm not against that kind of stuff. I'm not against rational argumentation. I'm not against it. There's a place for it, and we definitely need it. It's necessary, in my opinion. But what moves the needle, though, this is the thing. You've got to engage in reality. What moves the needle is everything. It's like everything else in addition to the rational argument. See, every part of truth is God's truth. So when we reasoned arguments and things like that, that's all part of it, right? But when we also tap into some of the emotional side of things, and when we tap into things like shame, we got to bring back shame. That actually moves the needle quite a bit, because that's how a lot of people came to accept homosexuality, through that kind of stuff. Oh, they introduced a gay character on my favorite show, and you don't really think about it. You just, over time, it's like, this is okay. We're doing this now. You know what I mean? Oh, Brokeback Mountain comes out, which, I've never seen, but I'm sure it doesn't describe homosexuality in a shameful way or in its reality. It's probably like a love story, the way you might, see a man and a woman fall in love and things like that. Well, that's actually not the case in homosexuality. It's actually a disgusting love story, but they're never going to present that to you. And see, they're not making rational arguments here, but they are moving the needle. They're getting people to feel a certain kind of way about it. And you need to engage on that level too. So I am here to tell you that the debates that we do, the prim and proper, conference presentations that we do, the podcasts that, are very, serious and well-reasoned and whatever, that's all good. It's all necessary. It all has its place. But there is also a place for a group of guys to get around in a nice-looking study and for 54 seconds just look at each other and say, "Oh, it's fake and gay." I mean, that kind of thing. Listen, you can seethe and get upset and get all flustered all you want, get all butthurt because we're calling your ideas gay because of their lack of fruitfulness. And also, if you want to find out more about why we call things gay and fake, I'd watch the entire video, because I'm getting a hint that maybe you didn't. Maybe you just didn't do it. Maybe you did. I don't know. Dr. White definitely did, because he reprimanded me about that. He would never. That's for Kofi and Chris. Kofi Adu-Badin and Chris. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe watch the video first. Maybe watch the video, and then maybe I'll consider your well-reasoned arguments, that kind of thing. Anyway, but we got highbrow Christianity. We got that on lock, man. Highbrow Christianity is on lock. We've been at it for a long time. We've got so many people pushing out that kind of content on a daily basis. But here's the thing, guys. Christ is king of the highbrow, and he's king of the lowbrow as well. And we got to dominate that sphere as well. We've got to dominate that sphere as well. And you got no excuse now, man. Mark Zuckerberg's allowing you to do it on his platform if you want to use that platform. We got Elon Musk allowing you to do it on our platform here. You got no excuse. This is the time. It's all happening, and we've got to just do it all. In any case, I hope you found this video helpful. God bless.